Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the largest crypto channel on all the interwebs. My name is Ben. Every day on this channel, I show you how to make money in cryptocurrency. If you like money in crypto, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Guys, today we got a very interesting video for you. And I would like to say that I believe this week we are going to see fireworks in the markets. I think we're already starting to see glimpses of that even as early as this morning. Over the weekend, things were good. Bitcoin, staying above $60,000 the last couple of hours. Feeling pretty good. We'll have to see what happens. Maybe it tanks even by the time you watch this video. But $58,000 has established itself as strong support. Now, of course, this week, we're going to resume our trading on Bybit. We're going to get back from vacation today. So if you guys are interested in trading on Bybit, make sure to go to bitboycrypto.com/deals and sign up. Then you can visit the rewards hub. And I always grab that and you can see my hand. There it is. Look at that hand. Look at that hand. Anyways, guys, once you sign up, you can go to the rewards hub, and there we go. It's my first time. Sign up for a deposit bonus, something like that. But let's talk about a few different things today. We're going to be talking about Ethereum. Is it poised to finally go above 2,500? We're going to be taking a look at two other coins, Binance Coin. Am I right? And also your favorite coin that I hold, XRP. And we're going to talk about Bitcoin in a larger context. Something that is going to have reverberating effects for a long time with Bitcoin. It involves China. It involves war and weapons. Very interesting stuff. Guys, so first and foremost, I would like to say that Bitcoin is looking pretty nice on the charts right now. I actually put in a long yesterday at 58,500. Some people might say, oh, that sounds a little risky. Well, I didn't get my order filled, and then it immediately pumped up. And unfortunately, I missed the order, so I didn't get the trade in. Would have been a really nice trade right now, looking at Bitcoin at $60,400 on Bybit at the time of this recording. I'm feeling good. I've been telling you guys for a while that this is a huge week. The Coinbase IPO, in my opinion, it definitely is going to have a strong effect on the market. We're already starting to see that. We're starting to see a lot of moving, a lot of shifting, a lot of moving parts. And I think this week we are going to head above 62,000 to new all-time highs. Some people are calling for 70, 75, 80. Those are some of the call options at $80,000, a very strong level. So definitely something to keep our eye on. As far as Ethereum goes right now, Ethereum has been, kind of running away from the field lately. Well, that wasn't until Binance Coin showed up to the party. And, Ethereum right now is looking very strong. And even when Bitcoin drops, this is when Ethereum is gearing up for big moves. Bitcoin has dropped, and Ethereum has not really been flinching. It's been staying above 2,100. Almost challenged all-time highs again overnight. It's looking like, the network effects of Ethereum are bearing out. A lot of positive things are coming out about Ethereum from the institutional side. And I think, is it this month? We've got some really big news coming for Ethereum. I think the Berlin hard fork is here in just, I think, a week or something like that. So very, very soon. That should have a positive effect on the price. And of course, EIP 1559 getting enacted in July. We've got institutional demand on the climb for Ethereum. So Ethereum's looking very nice. But one coin that has been challenging Ethereum is Binance Coin. People are starting to say Binance Coin could potentially pass Ethereum. And I'm going to tell you, that ain't happening. But Binance Coin right now is moving way ahead, way out front between Polkadot and Cardano for the other top smart contract platforms. What is going to happen here with Binance Coin? How high can it go? Well, last night, or maybe it was even early this morning, they had $120 million worth of liquidations on Binance Coin when it dropped from $500 all the way back down to $350. Right now, it's coming in at the time that's recording around $475. And I will tell you that I have been buying the crap out of some Binance Coin lately. It's the one major coin outside of XRP that I wasn't holding. I have changed that. I don't know exactly what my holding is. I think we now have 6 figures in Binance Coin. No reason not to, guys. I mean, when you are looking at your portfolio, you should be stacking the major coins. We talk about that all the time. And when you got one that kind of gets away from you, you just kind of wait for some corrections. I got it after a dip this weekend before it shot up. So, I felt like I got a decent entry point. But, when it comes to entry points in your long-term investments, I don't really think guys, like it's great that I got Cardano at 70 cents, but if you get Cardano at $1 or $1.10, not the end of the world. We look, from our perspective here at BitBoy Crypto, we look more at the numbers that we hold, right? If you saw our folder, our portfolio, we hold 1,000 Ethereum, we hold 1 million Cardano, we hold, now we've got up to 100 Bitcoin. So we just have numbers that we look at to achieve, and we just kind of cost average into them. We don't necessarily wait for the greatest entry point to make everything. So Binance Coin, I'm developing. I don't know exactly what that number is yet, but we're looking at that. Polkadot is another one we're going to be adding some more to. I bought some Solana last night. I bought some Elrond last night. Harmony is next on my list to buy. So I'm going to be buying that tonight. So these are some of the coins that we're looking at. But man, I tell you what, getting XRP the other day was such a great decision. Got in around $1.05-ish, I think. And man, it has been crushing it. It's over $1.30. The best week XRP's had in 3 years. 3 years. Now, can it continue? Well, it seems as if, and I'm as shocked as anyone, we talked about this the other day, it seems as if the tide is turning on the SEC case against XRP. And if Ripple actually wins that case, it is going to kick down the doors of regulation and basically make them change the entire Digital Securities Act, which we want. Or it's not the Securities Act of 1933 that includes 0 digital assets that they're trying to apply to digital assets, which are property, which is not currency, which is not investments, and things like that. So I think this is going to end up being very bad for the government on one hand. But on the other hand, right now the government is falling behind China, okay? China is using Bitcoin. A big article came out this weekend about some comments from Peter Thiel. If you don't know who he is, he's a billionaire, a large investor. He got his start really, I believe, with PayPal. He was in, with Elon Musk and some of those guys. A lot of big money came out of the beginning of PayPal. So, he was definitely involved in that. And he made these comments over the weekend. And someone said that he was playing 4D chess. And there's nothing I like better than 4D chess because I'm playing it all the time. But the long and short of what he was saying is China is going to use Bitcoin as a weapon. And the irony of Bitcoin that's made to be outside of borders could be the focus of a war between the United States and China, a currency war involving the United States losing the world reserve currency status, and then maybe it could be Bitcoin, maybe it would be the digital yuan. I've said for a long time I thought it would be the digital yuan, but things are developing so quickly with Bitcoin that it really could be Bitcoin. That is the truth of what we could be looking at here. But people are saying that Peter Thiel was playing chess in this because basically what he was saying to the United States is either, shape up or ship out, because China's going to pass us in the world economic system currently, and they're using Bitcoin to do it. They recently had a crackdown on some miners down in China, but in general, China is moving forward. Over 50% of the hash rate of Bitcoin is in China. I've said for a long time this is a big problem. It's very interesting that I've been saying for years and years and years. There's actually a documentary I was a part of like 3 years ago where I said, we're in a space race with China over cryptocurrency and blockchain, and if they win it, we're done. Like, the United States is done, so we've got to do something. And this article was very interesting because it laid out China and the United States strategy, which no surprise, I like to play chess because United States, general wartime principle is chess. They like to go after your pieces, defeat the opposition, and then kill your king. China plays more of a game of go. That's a faster paced. We're going to move now. We're going to move immediately. We're not going to think about things. We're just going to go and move forward. That's what they've been doing with Bitcoin. Whereas the United States has been taking a much slower approach. So I may say, we're going to get left behind doing this. But is there a larger strategy in play here? And I'm not really sure if there is or not. But Peter Thiel basically suggests that the United States has to get regulation in order, or China is going to weaponize Bitcoin against us and use it to destroy our economic system. So what do you guys think? I want to know, do you think this is possible? Do you think Bitcoin is going to be part of a larger play in the world? I definitely think it is. I've been saying this for a long time. Let me know what your thoughts on that. Let me know what your thoughts on Binance Coin, Ethereum, XRP. Drop those down below. Going to be back for the live stream tomorrow morning. Got more videos for you guys today. Got a huge interview I'm doing later today. Can't wait to share with you guys. That's all I got. Be blessed. BitBoy out.